Chinese cuisine is known for its diversity and luxurious flair. While some of their dishes made its name in global gastronomy due to its popularity in street food restaurants all over the world, there is another side to Chinese cuisine that just speaks dollars. Some of these delicacies were even served in the royal courts of emperors and noblemen, and today, the most adventurous connoisseurs who can afford to axe their bank accounts are having a go at these imperial delights. Today, we're going to dive into China's top 5 most expensive delicacies.
Okay, let's go!
Coming in at number 1 on our list is the shark's fin soup, arguably one of the most controversial picks on all of our episodes. Like, ever.
I know that's right!
The ethics of harvesting shark's fin has been questioned all over the years by animal rights activists, and even the known meat lover Chef Gordon Ramsay frowned on this practice. Despite the moral concerns over this delicacy, the consumption of shark's fin has been an ancient tradition in the Chinese royal table. Eating shark's fin soup and its origins can be traced back to the Song dynasty, a regular dish in the tables of the imperial family and the nobles of the emperor's court. Its popularity as a dish continued to the Ming dynasty, and when the rule of the Qing dynasty came hundreds of years later, the demand for shark's fin soup greatly increased. By the 19th century, the financial standing of Chinese communities around the world strengthened, and so this delicacy became a classic favorite outside the confines of the imperial palace. A traditional shark's fin soup is made by fins that were harvested from certain species of sharks and were then processed and dried to achieve a desirable texture and color. The processed fins are then soaked first to soften before the actual cooking. Shark's fin have no actual taste. It has a neutral flavor profile. Its main appeal is the texture it gives to the soup, which is described as snappy and gelatinous, or chewy, snewy, and stringy.
Yeah, you got that yummy.
The taste of shark's fin soup mainly comes from the broth flavored by other meat, such as duck, seafood, pork, beef, and more. Controversies have risen against the consumption of the said delicacy because of the inhumane treatment of the sharks, where fishermen often remove the fins while the shark is still alive, leaving it vulnerable without its most vital part for swimming. Nowadays, there are substitute products that give the same texture that the original shark's fin has. Also, a single pound of genuine shark's fin can reach from $5 to $200, and the actual cooked dish itself can be priced over $1,000 more. So better think twice if you really want to have a go at this Chinese delicacy. Our next pick on our list may not be that controversial, but it's just as absurd. Coming in second on our list is edible bird's nest, a very pricey Chinese delight, but a timeless classic on their cuisine. As to what the name implies, edible bird's nest is, well, nests.
Nani?
However, while a typical bird's nest is made with random twigs and leaves, this Chinese delicacy is made with something completely different. It is made with bird's saliva.
Come on now, dawg.
Come on now, it's not as bad as you think. Edible bird's nest is known for its incredibly rich flavor and surprisingly nice nutritional content. Fondly nicknamed as the caviar of the East, bird's nest is a popular dish in the tables of the aristocracy back in ancient China, and also a popular delicacy in Southeast Asia such as Malaysia, Indonesia, and the Philippines. Edible bird's nest is produced from the solidified saliva of white bird swiftlets and the Indian swiftlets. This solidified saliva are not picked directly to be eaten for health reasons, of course. The harvested nests are thoroughly processed before reaching the kitchens, so it adds to the cost. In Hong Kong alone, the demand overwhelms the supply, and so a mere kilogram alone can go as high as $10,000.
Too damn high.
Consuming bird's nest can be traced back to ancient China, where it is eaten regularly by the aristocrats during the Tang Dynasty. According to legends, the only woman who ruled China, Empress Wu Zetian, ate bird's nest soup to maintain her youth for its supposed anti-aging and restorative properties. While this claim is not completely verified, bird's nest is known to have a high protein content that can protect the skin barrier, which makes this delicacy quite attractive. Bird's nest has a semi-translucent appearance, similar to vermicelli. When soaked in water, it develops a gelatinous texture favorably used in Chinese savory soups and sweet soups, known as tong sui. It can also be mixed in dishes such as congee or a pasta-like dish, soaked in cold water and cooked with chicken stock. According to a cooking manual written during Qing Dynasty, titled Sui Wan Shi Dan, bird's nest is considered a delicate ingredient, not to be flavored or cooked with anything oily or too overpowering. Although really expensive and rare, it is highly suggested that bird's nest soup must be served in large quantities, so the eater can fully enjoy the textural experience. Well, if you can afford it, might as well take it and see for yourself it's worth it. Coming in at number 3 on our list is the Matsutake Mushroom. Although massively popular in Japan, the Matsutake Mushroom also developed a following in China because of its rarity and prestige. And Chinese chefs just love their mushrooms, for culinary use of course. Known in its scientific name as Tricholoма matsutake, this type of mushroom is very expensive because of its rarity. One does not simply plant and cultivate matsutake mushrooms. One must hunt it like truffles in forests, free from pollution and human shenanigans. Matsutake mushroom is harvested by hand, under the leaves of nearby pine trees, hence the name, which means pine mushrooms in Japanese. In China, it is grown in the Yunnan province and in Jilin province. There it earned the names Songkumo, Songrong, Songjun, and Kinggangjun, which means are just more or less the same depending on where you are in China at the moment.
I can't sleep until I say the names.
Matsutake mushrooms is critically acclaimed for its spicy and aromatic scent, strong and flavorful and with a hint of cinnamon. It is best to cook matsutake mushrooms with light seasoning to highlight its natural flavors. This delicacy can cost you $500 per kilogram, so you better not mess with perfection. Coming in 4th on our list is the caterpillar fungus, a Chinese delicacy that's, well, this one is quite hard to categorize. Once upon a time, caterpillar fungus was named Dongchongji's cow, and it was believed to be a type of worm in ancient China. After all, this thing actually looks like a worm, so no faults there. But later on, scientists discovered that it is a spore that falls on some unfortunate caterpillar, the fungus growing until it festers over its host body, taking over once the poor thing dies.
This is dreadful. Oh, Jesus.
Despite its gross origin story, caterpillar fungus is something of an exotic delight in Chinese cuisine, and also part of their traditional medicine. It is said that caterpillar fungus is good for the throat, liver, lungs, kidney, and so on, although there are no actual clinical data providing the power of this miracle worm. Aside from that, it is used as an aphrodisiac. One of such dish is the caterpillar fungus duck soup, a Chinese dish that is believed to be centuries old. Caterpillar fungus does not have a prominent flavor except for a faint hint of sweetness. If you want to try it, well, a pound can be pricey, with a golden amount of $63,000 per round.
That's bloody good value.
Coming in last but not the least on our list is the sea cucumber, a popular Chinese delicacy because of its taste and, well, its shape. We have a long list of seafood absurdities in our Foodie Legends episodes, and this one is not an exception. The sea cucumber is a sea animal with many species existing all over the world, but it is generally favored in East Asia as a culinary delight. It is usually eaten in Japan raw, but there are many ways it can be eaten in a tasty manner. Considered as a status food in China, it is usually served for guests of honor and during special celebrations. In traditional Chinese medicine, it is considered to be a tonic and is actually rich in amino acids and beneficial for people fresh from surgeries and women who just gave birth. But aside from its supposed medical wonders, sea cucumber is well loved for its soft and delicate meat. Stir-fried or mixed in soups, careful attention must be given to not overcook this delicacy. After all, buying this bad boy outside the country can cost as high as $3,000 per kilo because of the skill it takes to harvest the sea cucumbers in the deep parts of the sea. The rising demands also threaten the abundance of this Chinese delicacy, so moderation must be kept in mind. But if you ever get a taste of this dish, better share your thoughts with us. Thanks again for tuning in with us here today at Foodie Legends for our latest episode. I hope you enjoyed this video and got a nice taste into the most expensive delicacies China has to offer. Before you go, be sure to like this video and click the subscribe button for more delicious content every week. We'd love to hear your thoughts too, so leave a comment below to let us know what your favorite part of the video was, or if you want to just leave us with a few thoughts. You guys are awesome. Thanks again for watching. See you on the next one.